Hello everybody, thank you very much for joining me today for another Alfred Hitchcock Presents review. Today we'll be talking about Season 4, Episode 28, The Impossible Dream, starring Franchet, Carmen Mathews, and Mary Astor. And this is a perfectly fine episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. I thought it was pretty good. It's nothing overly exciting or great in my opinion, but there's nothing really bad about it either. It's pretty decent. So we start on a movie set with our main character Mathews, and he's an actor, and he's shooting a scene where he gets taken out or eliminated. We find out very early in the movie. And we're also introduced to a lady named Miss Hall at this point, and she's kind of like his assistant, I guess, but you can tell that she kind of has a thing for Mathews and would like them to be an item, a couple. So she's packing up for him, and they're talking, and you can tell Mathews is frustrated. He would have never taken a small part like this in a movie years ago, but his career is kind of on the downside, and he says a pretty cool thing about once he was a king and now he's a beggar, basically, trying to get roles. I thought that was a pretty good line. He also tells Miss Hall that she should leave him at this point and create a life for herself, but you can tell she's not interested in this. We are also introduced in this scene briefly to a woman named Grace Nolan, and we learn that she had a tragedy and that her daughter passed away, which will be important to the rest of the episode. So at this point, Mathews tells Miss Hall he's going out of town and she has some time off, which we also find out is not true, because in the next scene, Mathews is at home and he's got some kind of liquid on him, so you know that he's plotting something. So at this point, this lady, Grace Nolan, comes to visit him. It turns out they know each other. They chat for a while. She complains about his musical choices, which aren't great. I have to agree with her there. So she also snoops around and finds the liquid, but doesn't really seem to think much of it. It also turns out that Mathews had an affair with her daughter, and she blames him for her daughter's passing away. Basically, she's also been blackmailing him. She has letters or something that maybe implicate him or at least create suspicion. It's never really said for sure. But basically, Dolan tells her she can't have... basically, Dolan wants to continue to get money, but Mathews tells her that she can't because he's broke. He doesn't have any more money. She doesn't believe him, but he says it's true. I can show you proof if you want. But at this point, Grace Dolan says she wants the money anyway. She tells him he'll write out the check no matter what and find out a way to get her the money. So at this point, Mathews seems like he's kind of stuck in a corner here, but he offers her a drink, Dolan, as kind of a peace offering. And of course she accepts, not being very suspicious of anything. And of course Mathews puts the liquid in it at this point, so it looks like he wants to do her in. So we go to the next scene, and Mathews drives off with the body. She's still alive, though, at this point. And he almost gets caught by a young couple at this point, but nothing really comes of it. It's kind of a mislead. It was fine. And then basically Mathews is going to throw her body in the river. He weighs it down in a kind of disturbing scene, kind of well done. So at this point, Mathews thinks his problems are over, but when he gets home, Miss Hill is there. She figured out just from knowing him for so long that he wasn't really going to the airport. She also says she saw everything and she knows everything he did, including what he did that night. This felt a little abrupt, but I guess you just have to go with it. Okay, it's fine. So Mathews basically is concerned at this point. But Miss Hill says, don't worry, I'm not going to turn you in. There's just one thing I want, which is the impossible dream, which is also the title of the episode. And it turns out all she wants at the end of the episode is for them to be a couple as they're watching the movie that Mathews shot at the beginning of the story. So kind of a bizarre ending, like that she just wanted to be a couple. I guess it works in the context of the episode. But, you know, maybe a little underwhelming, the ending, but not terrible. Overall, I did think this was, you know, a very well acted episode, and it was entertaining enough to watch. A little talky, but I thought the dialogue was well written in this episode. So I'm going to give The Impossible Dream a 3 out of 5. Just a good, solid episode, not an all-time classic or anything. You know, not the most exciting episode ever, but a solid, well-done episode. So a 3 out of 5 for The Impossible Dream, and as always, thank you very much for watching.